let's go. I really got the feeling today that everything is going my way. Now this is what I'm talking about. Every time I see your smile, it makes me shout. Let's go! Let's go! Nothing's gonna stop us today. Get on the bus or get out the way. We're cruising with the radio on. So turn it up to 10. Here comes our favorite song. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, Kay, welcome to the show. Sorry, guys. Just a sec till it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I'm trying to do something again. Yeah, I'd wanted to do this last week, and I wasn't able to activate it or do it. But, but, where is that? Where is that? I think we can do this today. So hopefully, yeah, this should be on. And let me try this again. See it? Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, welcome to the show, people. Welcome. This is yours truly, Samal Adrani, and I am bringing you, Demystify Tech. All right, I do this every Friday, and this Friday or today being the last Friday of the month, as we always do it, I try to do what we call an Ask Me Anything session, where I literally answer your questions mostly on the topics we're treating for that month, and then also if you have any specific questions in context with the show, I will try to answer them as well. This is something we do every, Friday. And if this sounds like something of interest to you, please make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified anytime we come live. But like we always do it before we get started, let's go take the montage, and when we come back, we'll jump right into it. So stick and stay with me. We'll be right back. Awesome. We're back. Thank you for all those that joining. Whether you're joining us from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from all that places. Thank you. So what's up? For this past month, we've been talking about um there's a mosquito running in my right in front of me. Anyway, so this month we've been doing a series on the Azure Cognitive Services, which includes vision, language, custom AI, phase API, all this crazy stuff. We've been talking about it for the past, couple of weeks. It's been interesting. We were left to do stuff on, I think, face and custom, no, vision and face API. Now, the backstory to that is because of responsible AI requirement to be able to leverage and use the vision and the face APIs. I needed to put in a request. I needed to apply so that Microsoft will review the use case and then allow me access to do it. Now that doesn't mean that you can't go and try some of the APIs out in the Vision Studio. Now you can go try some of it out, but for most of it, you'll be required to actually put in an application so that they are sure that you're using the AI services or cognitive services responsibly. So that is why it took a bit of a time. I'm still waiting for that to finish. That's why I've not done anything following the the AI, right? Especially the visual, the face API, and then the vision APIs. All right, but that doesn't stop us from still talking technology and AI in general. Now, the other time, in context for this, for this month, we've been talking about a lot of services like Dial that allows you to generate art or images based on descriptive text, and you can imagine the creativity you can achieve with that. So think about it. You have some service or something that allows you to generate, how do you call it, generate some descriptive text, and then you can pick that descriptive text and send it to, let's say, something like DAL, and DAL will generate an image specifically based on that. Interesting concept. We'll be walking through some of these things, but today is more about answering your questions you have on AI, on Azure Cognitive Services or cognitive services in general, and then also if you have any technology specific questions, you can throw them in, and then we'll talk. We'll talk about them. One of my pet peeves in recent times is why is it difficult, or why is it so hard for organizations and institutes to implement technology to the fullest. And I've been trying to understand you know um, reasons for some things that people do in place of just running, having technology do stuff for them. I think we're moving into the era of digital transformation, and you would expect that a lot of transformation would happen with technology. So the question, the normal question I always get is that, is it the issue of people not understanding the technology, or is there a fear? Is there a fear of AI, taking over, or is there just trying to understand why people are not innovating, or people are not being receptive and accommodating to artificial intelligence, and technically general technology to advance and enhance their digital transformation journeys. So that's one thing that um, it keeps that keeps coming up. I mean, the different school of thoughts that you know there are different school of thoughts that think AI, or the age of automation and computers and robotics and all that, is not good for us generally, or there's going to be a lot of loss of jobs, so to speak. But let's put this in context. Let's put this in perspective. Okay, let's look at it this way. So this is how I see it, and you might you might see it you might see it differently. Okay, but this is how I see it. Now, machines or computers are, with the evolution, or as things are evolving, technology is evolving, component ideas and things are evolving, we have come to the point where they are capable of doing things faster than us humans. That's a fundamental, fact. We can run away from that. So, if that's the case, something that I would spend a week on, is it possible that when I train or teach a computer to do it, the computer can do it less than a week, thereby allowing me to do more of that? Let's put this in context. Let's say application processing, right? It has to go through some review processes or some checks and things you're doing. And imagine if your volume a week is, wow, nice. Bismarck, Beidou. Hey, Bismarck, thanks for joining. Um, I think it's time I try to, let's see if we can get, there you go. Yeah, Bismarck. Yeah, wow, awesome. Yeah, that's interesting. So it's let's think about it in this, okay, in this way. So let's see. Yep. All right, awesome. So imagine that imagine that now, you application processing, okay, you're processing, your weekly volume is, let's say, 100 application. All right. Let's say even passport or driver's license or whatever that is. Your volume a week is 100 applications, right? Now imagine that you can train the computer. Hey, Mitch, data. Yeah. Okay, so hey, Mitch. So Mitch has a question here, Sam. What do you think about Datadog? I've used Datadog in some projects. I think last year or last 2 years. I think it's awesome. I think it's an awesome tool. Allows you to log, have a log your, depending on whatever, whether it's exceptions, application performance, insights, and stuff like that. Yeah, you log that you can log them, using data log gives you insight. Datadog gives you insights and stuff like that. So yeah, I've used it, Mitch. Cool stuff. Maybe you can throw me some some more extended licenses or something. But yeah, I've used it, and yeah. So for those of you who are building applications and are wondering how do I store, let's say, logs in my application, Datadog is a tool that you can use. You can go check them out. I have used it in the side project. It was cool for me. So go check it out. And yeah, so Mitch, awesome. Thanks for joining. I appreciate that. So back to the AI conversation. So if you say that, okay, are we able to train AI to take that process and allow us to do more applications in a week? Now, this is what's going to happen. It's going to increase your processing power from 100 to probably 500, right? Or probably 1,000, depending on whichever systems, AI systems, and automation or data transformation processes you put in place. All right. Once you are able to do that, now look at, yeah, yes, Mitch. Yeah, maybe we can, we can talk. Yeah, we can have a conversation about that, and then we can share that for developers out there who want to experiment or try that out as well. Yeah, I have used it before. Awesome tool. So what that does for you is, in the ripple effect is, you wouldn't have customers complaining, I have submitted my application for 2-3 weeks now, it's in a backlog, it's not being done. How can you be operating a system like this in this era? You should automate your system. That frees you up to be able to process more, deliver on time for people, and then even response. Let's also move out to areas of intelligent chatbots. All right, AI powered chatbots, where an AI powered bot can technically walk your client or your customers through the very basic, everyday questions someone will ask. Imagine, let's say that someone wants to find out the minimum amounts they need to open an account in your bank. And for that reason, they need to call customer service, right? And then a customer service agent would be on the line trying to answer those very common and basic questions. How much do you need? Now, this is learning you can outsource to an AI agent or bot, which can be integrated into WhatsApp, into Facebook, into a lot of the social media platforms, where they can go there and simply ask a question. Now, this frees up your agent to deal with more complex and demanding queries or requests that will require a human intervention. All right. So AI in itself is not completely a threat in a normal way. All right. But definitely yes. Everything in technology, there's the good, there's the bad. No two ways about that. I won't be naive about that. The same way people are using technology for good, people are also using technology for evil or bad. That is why, especially in AI, there is a lot of talk into responsible AI. To use AI responsibly, not to cause any issues and be all inclusive. All right. But I want to touch more on the notion of AI is going to take our jobs. AI is going to take our jobs. No. Yes, I agree. Some jobs would be lost or some jobs will be cut. Let's not be naive about that fact as well. However, think about it in this perspective. All right. So let's say that you are an accountant, or let's say no, let's move away from that. Let's say you are a procurement officer. All right, you are awesome in procurement. Like you are the guru when it comes to procurement. All right, and now there is this talk about AI, 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 and one thing we all should understand is that where does the AI learn from? It learns from data. Where does the data come from? We generate the data. In certain processes and things it has to do, where does it get that from? We have to give it that information. We need to feed it that information. So there are two ways you can look at this. All right. You can be on the side that is always criticizing AI and say AI is a terrible thing. AI, you can be on that side. And obviously, if you're on that side, I can guarantee you that, whining and crying on that side will get you lose your job. No matter how great or expert you are, you will lose it. Or you can be on the side of the people that says, okay, that are open and are thinking positive and forward thinking. You need to have a growth mindset and say, okay, this AI thing, it might be uncomfortable for me now, but wait a minute. How could I leverage or how could I use this AI to make my current work efficient for me? All right. So now you are taking the step to to better yourself or to get yourself acquainted in alignment and be able to use AI to make you be more effective. All right. Over time, that experience you have gained is going to be used to be training and modifying this AI for it to be effective for your organization. So when the time comes and your organization decides to say, it looks like we want to do digital transformation and we need to be, dealing with people or systems that are able to, be efficient and all that. Now, the two people, the one that was always crying and sitting on the side and say AI is going to take my job and all that, and the one who immersed him or herself in learning and applying it, who do you think the company is going to retain to help push that AI or digital transformation agenda? Definitely, it's going to be that person who, was vested in it. So, whatever the situation, whatever the technology, whatever it is, I believe that we should start looking at it from that perspective, in the perspective where you should try to learn, understand how you can leverage it to better your work or your business. All right. So that is what I would say about it. But because we're talking about, how do we call it? Let's see if I can actually, let me bring this here. And whilst we are waiting for more questions, let's actually go to Azure. Let's open the Azure Cognitive Services. This is more or less like a recap. All right, we've seen several ways of doing these things, so this is more of a recap of the services. So let me take you there, and if you have any questions, yeah, today we're trying to keep it very simple, straight to the point, understanding stuff about cognitive services, AI, and interesting things. Actually, let's see if I can. You know what? Let's do this. Let's see if I can bring in. Let's just say, do we have a random? So is there? I think there is a service that allows me to generate a sentence or a phrase that describes a scene. All right. So let's do this. Let's go to Google for this. And I just want us to try something. That's all. Okay. So bear with me. Let's do, you know what? Let's close this. And let me bring another. Did I open something? I think I mistakenly went to open Visual Studio Code. All right, let's close that. That's not what we want. Okay, cool. So let's say random let's say random scene generator. Okay, so yeah, so random scenario. So let's see if this is let's see if this will work. Okay, so this writing prompt creates what if scenarios for you to write about. um let's say writing exercise. So let's see, create a setting, stick three nouns, random words, rhyming, random character traits, random job occupation, anagram game, Scrabble, lottery, no, useful list, writing link. So I'm trying to see, let's see, random dialogue or random, let's see, random character trait. We're just trying to try something here. Okay. So generate a random. Okay. So depressed, eccentric, and materialistic. Wow. I'm trying to see how we can combine the two in generating, in kind of like having a descriptive. So let's say create a setting. Let's see. No, I think story title. Story title would be interesting. So the little, the evil, the hunted, the hunted fox. Okay, I think we can use this. All right. Now let me go into my dial. No. Yep. Open AI. And yeah, I'm also going to share something before I leave, before I end the show today, for startups who want to leverage on Microsoft Azure, right? How you can get access to Microsoft Azure credit to use to build a startup idea. And then if it's good enough, you can actually expand that and get more funding. I'll share that before I leave. So stick and stay. So let's log in to the so these are Dale, however you want to call it. That is up to you. Yeah. Yeah. And don't be shy, please. Send your questions. Okay. Um that's why we are here. I'm here to answer your questions. Okay. Okay. Anyway, well, awesome. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're in. Now, these are um these are all randomly generated ads. This is AI. Okay. This is AI, by the way. So we are going to our story tile generator and then see this. It says um the hunted fox. Okay, I can copy this. Let's come to dial. And this is what I'm saying. Okay, so this is AI. The AI is going to hopefully generate. Okay, so I can say the hunted fox oil, um, say oil painting on canvas. All right, and hit. And let's see. So AI dial is in the background, is taking the description and is going to generate. And look at that. It's generated a hunted fox. All right. This was just descriptive giving to AI and it built it. All right. Let's go generate another one. So let's say adjective, the crazy fox, now the crazy lighthouse, the crazy star. No, let's change this adjective. The lost cemetery. It's like all creepy. No, I don't like the lost. The crooked, I don't like the ancient, the haunted, the hissing. Oh no. Man, enchanted what? Motorbike. This sounds interesting. Yeah. Okay, let's go try this out. I'm not okay. In this case, I won't add any specifics to it. I'll just go and say, hey, the enchanted motorbike, and let's see what's going to generate for us. Now, mind you, I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist. Okay, I am just using technology to do that. And one of the things that look at that enchanted motorbike. Look at what it had. It generated all these images for me. All right. Now, we could create a very simple and the APIs and SDKs for DAL. So now I could go into you know what? Let's try this. So let's say random random quotes. All right. Let's say random quotes generator. I use one. I don't remember which one it is. So random quote. I don't think this is it. No, no, this is not. I think is let's see this. So I'm just trying to leverage it, okay? So this is a random code. This generates, okay. So let's see. Get random code. What would it generate? I like to look at one or two random each morning. Okay, so where is that? Yeah, so random codes to add your code. This random code generator. So yeah, I don't know what. Okay, so let's see. Oh, okay. So there you go. It's actually showing down there. Okay. You know what? Let's try this. Random description. Yeah. Let's try this. Random description. Yeah, let's say character description. Let's see this. Free meta description, generate a random character description. Let's try these things. And yeah, bear with me. I'm just trying to find something interesting to. So there you go. So let's say this is what character appearance. So let's click here to try this first one. Type realistic description simple. Okay. Well, let's try detail. Okay, let's try simple first and then generate. A tall and heavy built, dark skinned man with mysterious blue eyes. Okay, awesome. I love this. So let's copy this one. Okay. And take it to now let's see what's gonna happen. This I think is going to be interesting. Okay. So let's keep the fingers crossed. A tall and heavily built, dark skinned man with mysterious blue eyes, full lips. Hey, James, Amate, James, welcome to the stream. If you just joined us, we're just recapping what we've been doing in what we've been doing the month of September. We're doing AI and cognitive services, and today is Ask Me Anything AI, cognitive services, and general technology. And then we're using a tool called Dale. That is an AI based tool based on, I think, GPT-3 and even advanced, that allows you to generate images based on description. So, so we came to this. We're using this online tool here, and we said it should generate a tall and heavily built, dark-skinned man. Now, for those who can see, let me just bring this in. So this was the first description. So, James, if you have any questions on technology AI, just hit me. I will try to answer that. If I don't, I will walk through it. So what we wanted was a tall and heavily built, dark-skinned man with mysterious blue eyes, full lips, smooth eyebrows, and large ears. He's bald, has numerous piercings, has muscular arms, average size feet, and a lean torso, with defined chest muscles. Has a stubble covered jaw that is 2 shades redder than his hair, and he seems resilient. So we passed this to Dow, and this is what Dow generated. So I see this guy is bald. I see, and so the thing is that you can actually regenerate it. Okay, I don't know about this, but let's look at another one. Let's see. A short and stocky. I think the AI is describing me. Really, James? Okay, how about we do this? So if you're watching me, just throw in your description of something, anything. Now it could be anything. All right, just throw in your description. I'll put it in there, and then we'll see what comes up. I think this is more. Yeah, this is more shorter. So what? A plump, fair-skinned woman with black eyes, puffy cheeks, and small lips. She has thick, light brown hair. Usually wears a scarf. Okay, so I think there's a tool that allows writers to generate characters. We're just using it. So um, imagine the possibilities of this. Okay, you're taking a tool that randomly generates something and bringing it to another AI tool that's able to generate images based off of it. So let's see what this. Well, take a look at that, right? Plump, fair-skinned woman with black eyes, puffy cheeks, and small lips. She has thick lips. Usually wears a scarf. so okay. So let's see what James is saying. So James is saying a man 6'3" tall with a weird smile and with James. Okay, oh, if you say so. All right. So let's go here and put that in and let's see what it comes up with for James. So let's generate and off we go. Let's see. Oh my. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, let's see. And okay, so it says I have oh so so it says I have 10 credit left. 15 free credits will refill in October 23rd. You can buy them. Okay. So mine is a trial account, so I have a setting now. But that's fine. I don't mind. It's for learning purposes, so that's good. So James so this is I'm not even sure. Okay. Okay, so James, I didn't say this. AI is saying this. So which one would you pick? Which one are you picking? This one, this guy, or that guy? So, so yeah, this should tell you, this is how powerful technology or AI is. I mean, we've been messing around this in the areas of art. Okay, so this is this is that explains it. You're getting explanations for some of your, maybe that is why he doesn't have a girlfriend. Yeah, the first guy. Okay. But it's come on, AI. How can you be this wicked? So this is how people who don't have girlfriends, 6'3" tall men who don't have girlfriends look like. That's fine. Anyway, so this is just exploring it in the areas of art. All right. You can also do this in the areas of in other areas like development. So today, I don't know if you're a developer. Actually, let me go ahead and let me open Visual Studio Code now, since we're moving to the area of development. So AI's application is not just limited to development. We've seen art. It can be applied in education. Can be applied to healthcare. In different areas, it can be applied to business. It can apply to sales, insurance, finance. AI has a role to play in all these areas. And then if you have specific questions on it, I can actually answer them for you. I think on this show we have built a sentiment analysis system before, where when people tweet at your handle and say some things, we are able to tell them based on AI whether their sentiment or feedback is positive or negative, and based on that you can take action. We've done that on this show. So if you want to check it out, it's all on demand on YouTube. Go check this out. Now, let me make this a little bigger. Okay. So there is something called GitHub Copilot. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, James. Shoot. Let's hear your question. So while James is typing his question, let me just go. So there is this thing called GitHub Copilot. I also mentioned it before some time back. It's also leveraging AI. Okay. AI, machine learning, and what have you. That allows you or helps you to write code, you know, to better, to save time, better understand things and all that. Okay. So I'm going to I'm going to select a language. I'm going to do one in, let's say JavaScript. Okay, let's just do JavaScript. And then I'm going to save this just basically somewhere on the desktop as, let's say, demo.js. Okay, now this is how it works. It's so interesting to the fact that all you need to do is just give it a comment of what you want to do, right? And then once you do that, it will use AI intelligence to help you build it. All right. Yeah, I think I'm having JS hint issues. I don't need any JS hint here, so that's fine. So mostly if you look down here, let me take you down here. Here. This is my GitHub Copilot, right? It's there installed, ready to be used. So yeah, this is just doing some fancy JS hint stuff. So imagine in JavaScript, I want to create a function that, you know, adds 3 numbers. All right. All I need to do is write a comment. All right. Generate, or let's just do this. Okay. Write a function that adds, let's say, 3 numbers and returns the result. Okay, as simple as this, right? Then all I do is hit enter. Now watch this. All I have to do now is to hit tab. That suggestion is not me. That is the AI taking over. That is GitHub Copilot. And you see that, and I just have to hit tab again, and that's it. It's created a function for me. It's created a function. So add 3 numbers, takes the parameters A, B, C, and returns the sum of the 3 numbers. All right. Now I can, and this is just basic, right? it can be a little complex. We can say that, okay, so write a function that fetches tweets from Twitter API and returns them. All right, this. And then look at this. Copilot is taking over. Tab. Press. Let's do this. Yeah, tab again. So usually if you want it, I just have to press this. And there you go, tab. And that's it. So return, fetch, do this. The response comes, returns the JSON. Yeah, I mean, this is very simplistic. But the point I'm trying to drive at is that if I give it more specifics or details in the comment, right, it's going to leverage that. Okay. So if I think, let me just try this. I don't think I've done this before, but if I say use the Axios library to make the request, you see, I'm being specific. The first time I wasn't specific on what libraries to use, but now I'm telling it use Axios. So now check this out. You write the function again, and look, there you go. What's your opinion on low code and no code platforms? Okay, so let's go see what James is saying. So James is asking, what's your opinion on low code and no code platforms? So James, I'm a lover of low code. I'm a low coder, right? I'm a power addict. If you follow my other channel, which is Power Series on Sundays, I love low code. I love no code. You see, we're getting in a dispensation where we want things to be done rapidly and fast. Now, we classify low coders as citizen developers. Okay, these are people who are not hardcore developers, but understand their business. All right. So, like again, I was making an example with procurement. Okay, this is someone who is not a developer. All right, but understands his role or his position as a procurement officer or procurement manager. You understand? So, tools like the no-code tools, in this case, like the Power Platform, like Power Apps, Power Automate, allow this man or this person to easily drag and drop stuff to create a quick solution to make him or her more productive. Does that make sense? So for me, I believe that it's a good revolution. It doesn't take away the jobs from a pro developer. No, 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 no. There are definitely certain things that you want to do that require pro developer's assistance. All right. And for that purpose, you can't completely do away with pro coders or, developers. Now, a lot of where the world is transitioning to, a lot of enterprise are transitioning to, is something called fusion developers or fusion development teams, where there's a mixture of pro developers or pro coders and low coders or citizen developers. Where we're hand in hand. So imagine someone from HR can just use Power Apps to build a very simple travel request app, which he or she doesn't need to engage the IT departments to spend time to do it. They can do this based on stuff. Okay, so I think you have a follow up. So what's the threshold between creating a product with low code and the issues with IT governance? Solid question, James. Solid question. So, in the early stages, right, because a lot of the pro code stuff was more get it out there, let's get it done. There was still a lot of learning process around governance, compliance, and all that. Okay. Now, I can't speak for other platforms, but I can strongly speak for the Microsoft Power Platform, which is something that I have used extensively. There is that fusion and integration of policies, of governance, right, built into the systems to the extent that, for instance, I'll give you an example. When I'm using Database, which is the backend data for a lot of the Power Platform stuff, I can define who has access to what data and who doesn't have access to it. When I build the Power Apps, I can decide who sees what and who doesn't see what, or who, based on your security group, can go into certain places or aspects of the application, right? So now, and again, I'm saying, I'm not generalizing it. I want to believe that for other low code, no code platforms, they have similar things, but I am more confident on the Microsoft Power Platform side of things, because that's where I have a lot of experience. There are IT governance things now that are really solid, that are good, that allow you to bridge that threshold or that line between the issues that are ripe. And now, like, even moving to the areas of co-authoring, application lifecycle management, how do you call it? Source code management and all that, especially in the areas of the Power Platform, that is being incorporated. So I think that gap is closing. All right, that gap is closing. The only misconception that a lot of people have is, depending on the platform you're using, all right, sometimes the low code, no code solutions are not, we'll say that, for general consumption for most of them. All right. However, there are, if you look at it outside the context of just enterprise application, there are a lot of low code, no code tools that are making waves and allowing, even startups and, entrepreneurs who are not completely dev savvy to build solutions. All right. And then also, allow them to go to market quickly and then sit back to, develop their whole entire IT system or outsource it. I don't know if that answers your question, James. Before we we move on, I just want to share something. So basically, this is just GitHub Copilot, another application of this in development. Now, it's not just JavaScript. I think it does C#, it does C Python as well. Now, talking of no code, low code. So let's do this. Let's go back to James. Let's do this. Okay. Let's come here. I don't know if you've heard about this. It's called Bubble. Yep. All right. So Bubble is another. It is a low code, no code, platform that technically allows you to build anything from web applications to mobile apps, web-based stuff. All right, web-based stuff without writing a single line of code. Okay, yes, you would say that. How is this compared to native applications? That's a whole conversation we can go into. But this will allow me as an entrepreneur, okay, Okay, you see, and it's yeah, awesome. I think I need to, I think I need to let people see this so that they don't think that I am just, um, let's go here. So yeah, so James is saying, so I'm personally building a series of applications from a startup point of view. Rapid prototyping is the key, awesome, but from an enterprise perspective, exactly, so and again it depends on the low code no code platform you're using. Okay, some allow you, meet the best of both worlds, and like again, it's a startup. You need to get this out there to get your potential clients and investors and all that to see the vision. All right, so James, I side with you. So yeah, I see Webflow and N8N. Yeah, yeah. So for those who don't know, so N8N is like Zapier or Power Automate. N8N.io, right? It allows you to do automations. So you can pretty much have triggers on webhooks when something happens. You can do that. And Webflow is almost like, today I'm going to share something else with you. So James, check that out. It's called blah, blah, blah. I think, let's see, theta.so. Yeah, there you go. So this, I think this, so this is more mobile oriented. It's also low code, no code. So James, try that out. So this allows you to build mobile applications, drag and drop, click, click, click stuff. Awesome. I've tried this. Sweet too. All right. So these are tools that allow like entrepreneurs like yourself and startups to meet. And do you know something? Most of these tools are powered behind the scenes with AI. And that's what we're talking about. So it's just for you to, yeah, let me send you the link. There you go. So it's theta.so. But anyway, let me reply to you. So what will happen is also I'll add it to the description of the show notes, so you can see all these links if you came back to watch this again. All right. So the interesting, oh my bad, that's why we're not seeing it. So this is it. So Webflow is what James is using, but this is the other one I was telling you about, James. Theta or theta.so. This is it. Awesome tool. Allows you to build mobile applications. Just drag and drop a couple of things, click, 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 and then yeah, Siri, I'm not talking to you. So you can see all these awesome applications built with Theta. Low code, no code. All right. So again, like I'm saying, all these things are powered behind the scenes with AI. So it's time that we get a holistic understanding and embrace the fact that we've got to the point where AI is going to help us do a lot of awesome things. The earlier you embrace it and accept and learn how to use it, the better for us. So no, James, that's okay, that's allowed. All right, James, that's to that one. But no, that's, I mean, I wish you came earlier, because I try to do this in 1 hour. So I wish you came earlier so we could have, had a lot more conversations. We've done technically 48 minutes because I started a bit late, so that's fine. No, keep it coming. Okay. These are the conversations that we need to be having as people who want to, as techpreneurs, or just people who want to learn, expose ourselves to some of these tools, and it helps us. So for me, I believe that we shouldn't fight technology. Okay, especially digital transformation, AI, general technology. We shouldn't fight it. I know change is difficult, change is hard. People find it people find it excruciating if they have to make changes. All right, so I believe that we should let's embrace the change and rather leverage it for our own betterment, to leverage it for productivity and getting stuff done. So yeah, I mean, for me, that's how I feel about it. So hey, you have cool stuff. You can go ahead and try this out. Awesome tools. Try it out. Over the weekend. And let me add a bonus as well. Lobe.ai bonus in here. It allows you to do AI building your own AI models and bringing them into your own tools. And I think in one of the episodes on the show, we used the Power Platform AI Builder to build um, a form recognizer. So that allowed you to scan a form and then extract data from it, and then we exported into an API on Power Automate, and then a Flutter application called it and used it. So yeah, so these are interesting tools. This allows you to train and train modules and then bring them into your own, your own application. Quite simple. All these powered by AI. All right, and I couldn't say much. Yeah. Yeah, James. So the main issue I have with no code is migration. How do you build out your ecosystem and whilst preparing to migrate into your own infrastructure? So that's a valid question. There is a lot of tie in, all right? There's a lot of tie in when you're dealing with some of these low code infrastructure. But one thing I have come to realize, or I would want to look out for, is the fact that look out for low code no code infrastructure or low code no code platforms that allow you some way somehow to be able to extract or export, especially your data, all right, um, into your own environment. So, for instance, they will be backed by something, right? They will be backed by some form of a data, some kind of a data, database as a service or data structure, right? Now that can get expensive at times, especially when you're dealing with these cloud platforms. Ingress is not that expensive, but egress, when you're taking it out, that's when. So, um, it's a valid concern. How then do I not get vendor, lock in? All right. So if you've studied a lot of the use cases for low code no code work, okay, especially outside of enterprise, most of it is used to pretty much land the concept, all right, or pretty much get the concept of the vision out there. Whilst in the background, there's work to put the actual I'll say that system in place. This is not entirely true for most of the web applications or websites, all right, because for those, some of them will allow you to export some of the code base and you can reuse in other places. But for some of the mobile stuff, rendering in their own, they have their own processes in building stuff out. For me, I will be looking out for a low code no code platform that allows me, if not for anything, allows me to be easily migrate or export my data, right? My data into my own infrastructure or system, which I can layer on top on another application or something else. That is what I'll look out for. So it should be a deciding factor. This should be some of the things, the checklist you should have when you're deciding to do low code no code. Yeah. So yeah, interesting. So we can only leverage, and hey, it you need to know that it's also not every scenario. Okay, not every scenario is a candidate for low code no code. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, James is saying I like N8N because it helps you build the backend. Yeah. Like yesterday I was um I was on what's his name, on Fireship YouTube channel, all right, and he yeah, go. So when what are the best use cases for no code? Yeah, so that I was just coming to that. So, and he was sharing a couple of database as a service tools, and the fact that he had been a Firebase person for a very long time, but then now a lot of tools and stuff are emerging to make life easy, for him. And I was like, yeah, I agree with that. So definitely you need to work with tools that make your life easy. So yeah, so best use case. Now I'm going to start from the enterprise, all right, and then we'll come to non enterprise use cases. So, um, enterprise, for instance, I made an example. Okay, low code, no code is when you want to enhance your internal processes, or you want to um, 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 rapidly innovate your internal processes. All right, internal processes that allow for quick allow for performance optimization and quick turnarounds of what you're doing internally. And I give you an example. Let's say in let's say HR, or let's say not just HR. Let's say let's give an example. Let's say a passport office. All right. So apart from the applying online, when your application gets there, does it go through human verification? As in, do they print the application? Someone has to go read through and sign and do all that. Could we, use some low code, no code processes internally to automate those steps to make it easier? That's one. All right. So that would be a typical use case. Non-enterprise, like you said, entrepreneurs, you have an idea, you have a concept, you want to push it out of market quickly so that you can validate the idea and get more feedback. That is a good use case. All right, because you don't have time and the pleasure to want to go full scale in the beginning, because right now, remember, an idea that pops into your head is probably popped into 1,000 more people's head, and so whoever gets to market quickly with it to show it is whoever we're going to go with. So rapid prototyping, rapid innovation becomes a candidate for no code, low code. Right, I know someone would argue, why do we have agile? Well, fail fast and build it well, yes, we have, but there is a whole process that's behind agile before you get to that feel fast. Right, low code, no code, citizen developers. I could be an entrepreneur and then build my concept out so I can use for my pitch, I can use for my presentation, I can use to get market insights and to get my MVP out. Those are use cases for no code, low code, right? But it plays a lot in the enterprise, a lot in the enterprise, and then also like depending on the industry you are in, not to entirely burden you with advanced or pro dev skills from the beginning of your of your business or your startup. All right. Yeah, I hope that answered your question, James. Yeah, we have 3 minutes go, and I promise to share something with you. So this is called Microsoft for Startups, and let me share this with you. So this is how it is. Now, if you are a startup, you have an idea, because mine is an enterprise and regulate. Yeah, I typed, once you're on board, migration is difficult. Yeah, I understand that. I'll address that in a minute. Now, so open to anyone, with an idea. So Microsoft for Startups is a cool program run by Microsoft that allows you to get funding, Azure credit and funding, and other tools to run your startup. If you have an idea and you apply, you're giving $1,000 worth of Azure credit, from now up to 150,000 as your usage grows. And this is it. Once you ideate, you develop the idea and you're ready to grow, they give you more. You just request for more, and you have up to 150K dollars in terms of Azure spend. So I'm also going to drop this in chat, and then also put it up as a show in the description, and then you can go apply and try that out. Awesome stuff. The GPT you saw me use to generate it, they have credit for that as well. You get Office subscription, you get some Azure credit, you get some other, I think you get GitHub as well, and some other useful pipeline stuff. Awesome. So back to James. So James is saying that yeah, because you're an enterprise, the regulation are tight. Once you're on board, migration is difficult. Yeah, awesome. So this is where I'll be a little biased and say, okay, well, if that's the case, go with a platform that is tried tested and has a lot of accreditations and have a lot of licensing and certifications. And this is Microsoft. And this is why I'm saying that. And this is why I'm saying I'm going to be a little biased. Now, if you are on the Microsoft ecosystem, it's well trusted and well known, and you're using one of their low code, no code, you're using Power Platform, all right? Microsoft's Power Platform is centralized in the sense that it is backed by trusted, years of trusted technology. So for instance, if you build it on top of, if you build it on top of database, okay, which is a central database, or even SharePoint, your data is still accessible via all other, services or ecosystem on the Microsoft platform. All right. So it could easily be moved into SQL Server. It could easily be moved into, you can build your other applications and connect into it quite easily. So then, and also you are guaranteed that you are on a secured and compliant, platform. All right. I can't speak for the other platforms because I am not well vested in that, and maybe that's where my bias is coming from. But like you said, if you have regulations and compliance to meet, you definitely need to put it on an infrastructure that has met compliance, certification. And that would be my advice. I mean, it could be other no code platforms, but so far as they guarantee you that, certification and trust, and that you can easily integrate it into other systems. Now let me give you an example. Now, I have built a lot of systems in recent times, and I have had to not worry about building extensive backends. And you know why? Because I don't want to spend the time spinning off another UI, Angular, React backend, building all this, how do you call it? Plugs in. No. I'll build my front end or my app with whether React or Flutter, whatever that is, and I'll easily pipe it either into SharePoint or Database through Power Automate. Simple. And I can have that information in SharePoint. I can create automations on it. It is already connected in there. I can put the Power Apps in the backend for it easily, no code. And rapidly, I can put an application, a platform out easily. And the data is centralized. I can export my data, CSV, whatever I want easily, and migrate into another database. No fuss, no hassle. That is my pipeline. It's worked for me. It's awesome. You can try it. That's what I'm saying, that go try it out. You can try it on a very small project. See how that goes for you. If that works, hooray, migrate it. Else, obviously, feel free to try other platforms. Solid. But for me, that's what works for me. So I hope, with 2 minutes over an hour, thank you so much for making a date with me today. Yeah, it's Friday night. Some people are in the club. Some people are chilling. Just be safe. But we chose to be here to talk technology and have fun, and also share ideas on how we can grow as entrepreneurs, as techpreneurs, as individuals, and people who love technology and passionate about it. If you're interested about it, this was interesting and you want to do this with me every Friday, 8 p.m. GMT, please subscribe here. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, bring all your friends together, let's learn and have dialogues like this. So Sylvia, and you being there all the time, you are quiet. I see you, and I'll join you. Don't worry. I have your thing for you. I'll deal with you later. Anyway, so if this was exciting, please make a date with us next week, Friday. Invite your friends, tell them about it. Bring your questions. We are still in the AI phase. We're still in the AI and cognitive services phase. Awesome. So James, just link up. Just send me. All my social media handles are same. It's just S Adrani. Very simple. Twitter, YouTube, all of them. Just hit me up, and then we'll have some more conversations. So we're still in the AI, series. But I promised you I was going to have a twist in the AI thing, so I left one section out. So I'll be drifting a little bit into mixed reality, augmented reality, character design, infusing with meta-humans and metaverse. That is what we're going to be doing in the month of October going, forward. So Oculus, HoloLens, Arcade, all those things, Unity, all those things sound interesting. Join us in October. Let's have fun and see how we can infuse AI into some of these things. So I still remain Samuel Adrani. Thank you for making a date with me today. I appreciate your time so much. Let's make the world a better place through technology. If this sounds interesting for you, please again subscribe. I'll catch you on the flip side. Enjoy your weekend and stay safe. With that, I am out.